When a request is sent to the server from a browser, a lot of information is stored in the headers. Sometimes you can use this header information to improve or customize the page that you return. For example, you may want to check the language that the browser is using and customize the page for that language. Here is a JSP that reads and displays a header that gives you that information. As you can see, it's easy to do. This one method call will return the value of any header you name. This one specifies the default language of the browser, and if you're able to produce a page in more than one language, the one specified here will tell you which one is preferred. All this page does is display the value of the accept language header. To do this, you will need to know what headers are coming from the browser, and it can be almost anything. Here is a JSP page that displays the names and values of all the headers. They are displayed in a table format, so they're easier to read. Starting over. This method of the request object returns an enumerated list containing the names of all the headers. This while loop executes once for each header name in the list. The name of the header is retrieved, and a call to getHeader returns the value for that header. Now, these two lines of HTML are also inside the loop, and so it outputs two columns of the table. The first column is the name of the header, and the second is its value. And that's all there is to it. By the way, this is an example of borrowing code. Usually when I steal an idea from somebody else's JSP or servlet, I add things or change things enough that it's almost all my own. But that's not the case with this one. This one is so simple that I hardly changed anything but a couple of names. And that's just a reminder that the internet is full of valuable information. You can usually find what you want, and it's one heck of a time saver. Just don't expect everything that you find on the internet to actually work. Here's what those two JSPs look like. First, here's the one that displays the language request header. You can see here that the preferred language in this example is US English. The code is simple enough that you don't even need to store the information away to use it later in a session. It will come back to you with each request. But how you handle this is up to you and up to your application. Now for the JSP that displays all the headers. And here they are in the table. This is every header that came in with the request. If you're wondering how websites determine what browser you're using and what operating system you're using, here's how that's done. You can see that this is the Firefox browser, a Mozilla browser that uses the Gecko rendering engine. There are also some hints about the operating system. This shows that Windows NT 5.1 is being used, which is known popularly as XP. Windows 2000 is pegged as NT 5.0. But none of this is a guarantee. On some browsers, it's normal to select an ID to send. Here is a list of MIME types that this browser will accept. It will actually accept more than this, but this is the ones it advertises as accepting. Here are the character sets understood by the browser. This first one is the ASCII character set. UTF-8 is the compressed form of Unicode. It's completely compatible with ASCII, so if it accepts UTF-8, it will also accept ASCII. Here are the cookies that are sent to this URL. Every cookie will be sent every time, and they will all be listed here.